Hey everyone, Rogue Underdog Duelist here, back at it with another Yu-Gi-Oh video. You don't even have to say anything, I already know this is not a Yu-Gi-Oh playmat, but it's a playmat we're going to use today because it's one of my favorite animes, Dragon Ball Z. Love the anime, so that's the playmat we're going to be using today for today's Yu-Gi-Oh video. If this is your first time to our channel, please attack that thumbs up button, set that subscribe button, and activate that notification bell. Hey everyone, this video is going to be a little bit different. Gonna be starting off with a few, maybe one or two test hands before jumping into the deck profile video. So without further ado, I'm gonna get shuffling, and we'll see if I can showcase you a little bit of what this deck can do with the way it's built. Okay, for this one, we're going to try going second hand. Anybody been going to locals? I hear a lot of tournaments are getting, local tournaments have been coming back into the scene lately. Leave a comment if you've been attending locals and how you've done, maybe what deck you've been playing. Definitely like to hear about that. Alright, just wrapping up this shuffle. Sometimes I over shuffle. I just like to be thorough. Don't want to get the same exact, stacked cards from the previous game. I normally do a layout shuffle, but we ain't got time for that today. Oh, that bugs me. I don't like my cards coming out upside down. Drawing our starting cards. Let's see here. And since we're going second, see what we get here. Ooh, for our drawing for turn. Okay. Cyanite Mining for the last card. That's ironic. We got a starter, we got Graveyard Recursion, we got an extender. And if we can get enough links engraved, we got this big play right here, and we got another searcher. So that's awesome. Okay. Here we go. How should we start? We got to send a card from the hand to the graveyard for that. I don't feel like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Cyanite Mining right now. But we do got Doshin and a Chi-Chi, and those are always good to see in the same hand. So we're going to start with the Chi-Chi. We will normal summon that. Get our search to add a level 4 or lower added instrument from our deck to our hand, except Doshin, because we already got Doshin. So the other one we would go for is going to be Hiyari, because those are our free extenders. So add Hiyari to hand. Do a little minor shuffle. Not trying to waste you guys' time with too much shuffling here. Oops. Dropping cards. Dropping a card. What's wrong with me? Okay. And since we have an added Gnister, we can throw Hiyari out. And we can throw Doshin out. See, both of those. Awesome. Awesome sauce right there. Okay. From here, we've already done 3 summons. We have 1,000 or less attack. We can link that away for our Almirage. See, we got another little... Actually, let's do that. We're going to do that the other way around. We want to keep our level 1. We're going to link a Chi-Chi away for the Almirage, because it's still 1,000 or less. And it was actually our normal summon in the beginning anyway, so that would have been a misplay. Good thing I caught that. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Then we'll link our level 1 away for a Link Karibo. So we already got 2 Link monsters with different names out right there that we would link, or we could destroy. We could link or destroy. How should we do? We could do Hiyari and get a search. I think we should do that. get a double search, in fact. So we'll use Hiari's effect to tribute the Almirage, which allows us to search for a level 5 or higher Adagnister from deck to hand. And since we use a link, we can also get our AI ritual as well. So we're going to search the AI ritual. I know I'm doing this a little backwards, just bear with me. If you already got the ritual monster, Gachiri would be your target. It's another reason I'm really considering bumping that to a 3 up in here. Come on. So we would go for these two, since we already got the Adagnister ritual monster in our hand. So get those into hand. We've already got a link engrave towards our Rebuilder of Worlds. Okay, and from here, we could have done something, but since we went for Gachiri, we're going to negate Hiari's effect to special summon Gachiri, because we can. And then, my gosh, we're going to link these two away to get our Link Karibo engrave. To go into Splash Mage. Splash Mage is going to bring Hiari back with his effect still negated. We don't care though. Then we'll link these two away for our transcode. Transcode's going to bring back Link 3 or lower Cybers. So we'll bring back the Link Karibo. Alright. We got 3 monsters on board with different names here. So from here, we're going to link away our Gachiri, transcode, Link Karibo. Okay. And Gachiri says when it's sent from the field to the grave, you can target a face-up monster you control. It's unaffected, but we don't have anything left right now. So all those will go, and Dark Templar come out. Gachiri will target Dark Templar to make Dark Templar unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. And then, since we control an Adagnister, we're going to cast AI Ritual. Okay? And it allows us to banish Adagnister monsters from the graveyard to ritual summon. So we're gonna then banish our Gachiri, since it served its purpose, and it's the full tribute for our Water Leviathan. And we will want to ritual summon the Water Leviathan to one of the zones this points to, because when you special summon to a zone this points to, you get to special summon as many level 4 or lower Adagnister monsters from the grave. They do have to be Adagnister monsters. So we'll go for these guys right here. Actually, boom. Okay, but their effects are negated, so that's fine. That's fine. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different attributes right here. So from here, of course, Water Leviathan would do its thing when it comes out. I don't think we need to go over that, because everybody knows what that is. So we would link all these away, all different attributes. All right, 4 different attributes right here. For our Arrival Cyber Adagnister, because it takes 3 or more with different attributes. It'll come out as 4,000 attack that's unaffected by card effects. Just like the other one was unaffected by card effects. And probably end on that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Link monsters engrave. So, and this would make 6 if they got rid of that. So, and you know what? Why not? We'll cast Signet Mining, discard the Doyon. 2. I mean, if we wanted to, we could do that before we link into this and go for a Parallel Exceed. And then we'd Parallel Exceed and just continue putting Link monsters out on the board and be completely, perfectly set up for a Vito Rebuilder of Worlds. So, yeah. We still had these 2 right here to search a Parallel Exceed that we could summon under this when this comes out. and just continue to fill graveyard in one turn. I mean, by your second turn, you know, even if they play through all this, you're gonna have a Vita rebuild our worlds. But a 4,000 unaffected by card effects is that's gonna be pretty hard to get over, anyways. So yeah, there's our going second, ending on more than likely just ending on holding on to a Vita with 5, if not more, Link monsters engraved, and we only need 8. So yeah. So that's all for the test hands. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I did better on the going second than the going first. And yeah. Deck profile is next. And without further ado, we'll dive right into this deck profile. I know it's been a long time since I've popped out a video. I've been stuck just deck testing left and right in the deck laboratory. I've got a stack of like at least 10 different decks that I've just been testing. And I wanted to make sure I got you something that's been battle tested, true, right, and ready to play. This one, I'm not 100%, but it's finally reached its consistency. I'm afraid to change it up at all if I was to remove any cards from it. This is a budget Adignister with some extra added spice to get into a 5-headed Link Dragon. Won't always come up, but the deck does have the potential to pull it off. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. And of course, you already saw the very first cover card there, the Water Leviathan Adignister. Just one of those. We are running a small ritual engine in here, and to accompany that, we're also running one Paladin of Storm Dragon. If you're not familiar with these two ritual cards, Water Leviathan, when it's a ritual summon, you get to bounce all monsters your opponent controls with 2,300 or less back to their hand. So 2,300 or less, all bounce back to their hand. Now, that's not always going to come up, especially late game when they've already got their big boss monsters on the field. But you also have the ability to target if you can target, because some say you can't. But if you can target a face-up monster opponent controls. Return all Link monsters from the graveyard back to the extra deck. And if you do that, you can change that opponent's monster's attack to 0. So that's always nice. And once per turn, once per battle, during damage, if it battles an opponent's monster, you can quick effect cut that monster's attack in half. So if all else fails, you can just battle and non-target half its attack. So, and then Paladin of Storm Dragon, at the start of the damage step, which is awesome. I love monsters that have that effect. At the start of the damage step, if it attacks a monster, you can bounce that monster back to the hand. So both of these are some non-destroying ways of removal, or if anything else, just cut their attack in half when you attack, and yeah. So you can also tribute this card to special summon a level 5 or higher Cyberus monster from your hand or deck, which can get us into our Gachiri Adignister. Okay. I've been debating on 3 of these. If I was to make any changes with the deck, I would probably add a 3rd copy of this, because it's such an easy extender. You just target any Cyberus effect monster, negate its effect, special summon this from your hand. So that's enough said there. I mean, 3,000 defense. Just a way to just keep extending with your plays. And to continue on with our with our Adignister engine, we are running triple Gachiri. Oh, sorry about the view there. Center it. I know that probably bugged several of you. It kind of bugged me, so I had to fix that. But we are running 3 Gachiri Adignister. Running 3 Hiari Adignister. Achichi is our searcher for our Adignisters, and Hiari gets us into some of our ritual plays. And there's also another combo that can be done with this to add a level 5 or higher Adignister monster from your deck to your hand, which is Gachiri. You would go for Gachiri, or you can go for your Water Leviathan. Now, if you tribute a Link monster, this one becomes level 4, and you can add an AI ritual from your deck to your hand. So most of the time, I mean, if you don't have AI ritual, then you'll be able to add a level 5. You'll be able to add your ritual monster and your ritual spell to your hand. So maxing out on this to just ensure that we get into our ritual play. And that also, it's another way to get link monsters engraved for to fulfill attributes and other summoning requirements. Moving on, more of our extenders. We're running double Doshin, double Buru, double Pikari, and 1 Doyon to complete our Agnister engine there. I like Doyon as one of, I had it as 2, but it just seemed like it wasn't always coming up to play, because when it's normal or special summon. So if you bring it back, as long as its effect isn't negated when you bring it back, or if you somehow freely summon it, you can target an Agnister monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So we got some recycle there. But we run so many other Cybers monsters in this deck. I mean, this is the Agnister monster package right there. That's all of it. So not always going to have one in the graveyard to do that when you see this, when there's more than just one. That's why one of I found is right. I wouldn't bump this up to 2. You can bump it up to 2 and try it for yourself, but it's what's working best for me. So, and if this is sent to the graveyard for a link summon of a Cybers link monster, you can get an AI spell or trap from your graveyard and add that to your hand as well. So, 2 different ways to use it. 2 different ways to use it. Alright, that's all for our Agnister package right there. Main deck Agnister monsters. Now for some of our extenders, what brings the deck together and makes it work and do what it does as fast as it does. And we got triple Parallel Exceed. Of course, it's Cybers deck, link summons, why not? And also running triple Balancer Lord, because we like to get that extra summon so we can just extend as far as we can with our plays to just really go into filling that graveyard up as fast as possible with this deck. Really all about getting them monsters in the graveyard. And I'll explain that later. And of course some one-ofs. Got 1 backup secretary. Been debating on adding a second one of her. 1 Kasha Eve L2. If you don't know what this card does is, if this card is in your hand, you can target a level 3 or higher monster you control. Any level 3 or higher you control. Reduce its level by 2. Special summon this. Boom. So you can make a level 3 a level 1. I mean, heck, if you wanted to, you could make a level 3. You can make backup secretary a level 1. Summon this, and then link away backup secretary into Link Karibo. And then you got Link Karibo with a Kasha Eve L2 on field. So, I mean, you can kind of see how that works. And if you start with Balancer Lord, you got your extra normal summon. I mean, you could easily get all 3 of these on the board all in one turn. Very easily. And also running 1 Cybers Synchron, because we do have an ability to search a Cybers tuner by one of our Agnisters. It also allows you to, if you wanted to, once per turn, you can target a level 4 or lower monster you control, increase its level by its original level. So it can make Kasha Eve from level 2 to level 4. Alright. And then... So that would be pretty cool. Like if you were to do a Bouncer Lord and Kasha Eve and this somehow, then you would use this to make her level 4, and then you'd use these for a rank 4, etc. You get the idea. But that's not what the main purpose. We're using this to synchro it away, and while it's in the graveyard, it has the graveyard. You get that graveyard protection. You can banish it from the graveyard instead of your monster in the extra monster zone being destroyed by battle or card effect. You can banish this instead. So a little bit of protection there. And as another extender, we do have a Cybers White Hat for another high level 5 or higher Cybers monster that's searchable from the deck. And if you control 2 or more monsters of the same type, which Balancer Lord also sets you up because you get that extra Cybers summon, you can special summon this. So you can see kind of where I'm going with this. It all synergizes together to just summon. Yes, Nibiru would be a problem with this deck because it does summon a lot. But you can also stop at some pretty decent plays with just 4 summons in this deck. I mean, you go Balancer Lord, get 3 on field right there. I mean, you can link 3, you can rank, you can synchro. You got options to keep it under 5 summons. And we're also, for some of our big beefy bosses that I always like to splash in some extra boss monsters in my decks if I can, if they work and there's synergy. Running Arch Nemesis Protoss. I really like this one because it can be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 monsters with different attributes from your graveyard and or face up on the field. And Agnister, the way is all sorts of attributes. I mean, this deck has all the attributes. At least 6 different attributes, I think, if I had to count them all. At least. We hope so, because we're also running an Evita Rebuilder of Worlds. You got to have 8 or more link monsters with different names on the field and or in the graveyards. So this one counts both graveyards. And when the Rebuilder of Worlds comes on the field, all right, you cannot special summon other monsters the turn you special summon this card, but this monster's special summon cannot be negated, and if it's special summoned, you shuffle all other monsters that are banished on the field and in both graveyards into the decks, and neither player can activate cards or effects in response. So, any kind of problematic monsters they got on their board, there's your solution, and there's nothing they can say or do about it. So, yes. And then last but not least, because we are filling our graveyard full of extra deck monsters, a Dogmatica Nexus, because we can. You got you can target any 4. It's most of the time with this deck it's going to be links. This is a very link heavy deck, so you target 4 of your link monsters in the grave. Special summon this from your hand and banish this from the grave. And then at the start of the damage step, love those abilities. At the start of the damage step, if it battles a special summon monster, destroy all your opponent's attack position monsters and inflict 800 damage for each Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link monster destroyed by this effect. 3200 body, easily brought out to the field. If nothing else, you can use it as an extender. And that is all for the main deck monsters. On to the spells. Since it's a Cyberse, we are running double Signet Mining. For our AIs, we're running double AI Idol Reborn for some graveyard recursion, just for added recycle, and consistency. Because this deck's going to be dumping so much in the grave, we want to be able to get back from grave as well. Otherwise, we'll burn through all our resources. So I like this deck having a little bit of recycle built into it. As fast as it really extends, you'll want to be able to get those back so you can continue playing and not just run out of steam. And wouldn't be ritual summoning without AI ritual. We only need the 1. I know there's 2 ritual monsters in the deck. I mean, one or the other, really. You're going to have to pick and choose. But you do got recyclability. If the second one comes up, you can always add AI ritual back to the hand because we got Doshin in here to recycle it. And for a draw engine, we're running double Pot of Desires. And to add to our AI Idol Reborn graveyard recursion, Monster Reborn. Right? Wouldn't be right if we didn't have Monster Reborn in here trying to recycle from the grave. And that's all for the spells. Moving on to the traps. We are only running 2 traps in this deck, surprisingly. That's one of the things I've been struggling with. That's why it's kind of taken me so long to upload this deck. I am currently working on trying to convert a trap engine into this deck. That's for a later video, but yeah. Right now, only running 2 traps. 1 Peaceful Burial, just to get an attribute or a link monster engraved to fulfill our summoning requirements. And 1 Silent Regression, because we can. If you special summon a link monster, you can target a card in the field and destroy it, and then draw a card. So, link, destroy, draw. Only 1 of these right now. I really wanted to run 3 of them, but again, I'm working on the trap engine for that because it is a normal trap. They're both normal traps. They're both searchable by Trap Trick. It's it's a new strategy. I'm afraid to kind of try and squeeze in this deck because of the consistency where it's at. I'm really afraid to edit this deck the way it is. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. And that's all for the main deck. On to the extra deck. All right. I did mention we can reduce a level 3 to a level 1 with our Kasha Evel 2. And we also have other level 1s in the deck, so we're running Link Karibo. And for just an extra, another easy Link 1 summon to get another Link monster, another name in the grave, we got an Almirage. We're also running an update jammer because it can do some amazing things with what we've got going on in this deck. We're also running a Dark Templar Adagnister for one of our Adagnisters. This is a really, really fun one because if a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, you can special summon as many level 4 or lower Adagnister monsters from your grave as possible to zones it points to. I mean, at the most, because you have to special summon... because you have to special summon a monster to a zone this points to. So, that's 1 already. And then you're only going to get 2, but still, you're going to have a Link 3 that'll be able to have 3 more monsters under it. So, easy jumping there, So it can really climb the Link ladder pretty fast. Also got running a double Splash Mage so that we can get into our Link 3 easily, right? And all it takes is 3 monsters with different names to bring that out. So we'd have 1, we'd have 2, bring out another one, that's 3. So, because this brings 1 back from the graveyard when it comes out. So, also running double Transcode Talker. Again, another one that's going to let us continue to climb and climb and climb and put Link monsters in grave. And if we're backed into a wall, just to have another decent low level Link of a different name. And this one actually, I used to run TAI Strike with this, but I took it out of the deck just because it was kind of getting in the way. But one Cyberus Wicked, which really does work really, really nice with TAI Strike because it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So you can just attack into them with the same attack. Theirs dies, they take damage, you don't die, so you don't. It really is good, but if anything, I would probably side TAI Strike, and if anything, swap that out. If I felt like I was going to need to go into this on game 2, then I would want to run it with TAI Strike, definitely. But moving on, we can make a Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid with this deck. 3+ effect monsters is all it takes, and with all the climbing we can do, like where is he? Dark Templar Adagnister. Our Dark Templar Adagnister can actually get us into a Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid, because it takes 3+ effect monsters, and this right here, is 1 that'll bring that when you summon 1 next to it, that's number 2, and then it'll bring 2 more out there. So boom, you'll have your 3+. And if it's Link Summon, you can place counters on equal to the number of Cyberus monsters in your grave, different types of Cyberus monsters in your grave. And this deck does do it all. It rituals, it fusions, it synchros, it sees. Well, it doesn't fusion. It used to fusion, but I took the fusion out. But still, it's got enough. It's got enough. Yeah, it'll come out there pretty big. So, and I like it when your opponent activates a monster effect and quick effect, remove a counter from this card, negate. So, yep. Now, and it's also got, if this effect was activated between this card's attack declaration and the end of the damage step, this card can make another attack in a row. So you can also get more than 1 attack with that if you time it just right. And then also for our another Adagnister in the deck, we're running the Arrival Cyberus Adagnister because why not? The original attack of this becomes 1,000 times the number of Link materials used for its Link summoned, and with Splash Mage and Transcode and the low levels, yeah, we're gonna be able to do some things. Okay, so, and since we can make level 4s on the field with altering levels, doubling levels, halving levels, and all that good gravy. We're running an Xyz pack, one Xyz there, light dragon add-ignister, just for another one to fuel our firewall dragon dark fluid. And since we got our tuners in the deck, we're running a winged Pegasus add-ignister. And since this deck has all the attributes we could ask for, we're running a 5-headed link dragon. Yes, this deck can produce 5 monsters on board. I know that'd be 5 summons if you did it all in one turn. So it's pretty risky because that would be your 6th summon. And I have done it once with this deck, one time. It's not always going to come up, but it can do it. It's there. It can set up the grave, it can put the monsters on the board, and it can pump this out. The deck can do it. But it is not always going to come up. But it's in the deck in case it does. And if you're not familiar with what the 5-headed link dragon does, I know it's kind of been out for quite a while. It must be in link summon if it's link summon using dark, earth, water, fire, and wind attributes. You can destroy all cards your opponent controls. All cards destroyed. That can be destroyed by card effect, of course. They can't be destroyed. It won't destroy those. But this cannot be destroyed by battle with a dark, earth, water, fire, or wind. And it's unaffected by other card effects. So it's going to come out there as a 5,000 attack. They can't be destroyed by battle. And is unaffected by card effects. With a once per turn during your opponent's end phase, where you have to banish 5 cards from your graveyard or send this to the grave. Which is fine if we're wanting to put our Avita Rebuilder of Worlds on the field and we need like another name of a link. This one will literally put itself in the grave for you to put the Rebuilder of Worlds on the board. So good, pretty good synergy there. And last but not least, I wouldn't be showing you guys a link deck that can link like crazy like this, extend like crazy like this, and recycle crazy like this, and do all sorts of nutty stuff like this without running an access code talker. Okay? And that is the deck profile. If you enjoyed this video, please attack that thumbs up button. And leave us any comments in the comment section below if you've got anything to say about this deck. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you think that some of the ratios should be different, if you think I should be running a TII strike in there with the Cyberus Wicked. I mean, we'd like to hear you guys' comments. What do you think? Check it out, play it, run it. I'm still gonna be working with it. This is where it's at right now. Until I get the trap engine that I'm working on lined out just right for it. And then I'll be uploading another updated add-ignister deck profile. Sorry, I'm struggling with talking today. Words are hard. This is your Rogue Underdog Duelist. Thanks for watching. It's your move.